Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, dear all? Today I'm going to teach you English. And before we get started, let's talk about family structure. Who teaches young kids some very important lessons at home? You're exactly right. Mother. In some cases, fathers also help mothers in training, in educating kids at home when they are young toddlers. What happens in the animal families? Let's have a look at one of the animal families, orangutans. Orangutans are different chimpanzee monkey type animals which are specially found in Indonesia and Malaysia. They are found in the jungles over there. And you can see the height of the building, the height of their houses, the house that they make is on tall woods, tall trees. So here is one family, and the orangutan kid is talking to us. Hi, mom. Hi. My mom looks after me till I'm 8 years old. Does it happen with humans? Till how many years of our age our parents look after us? In orangutans, it's 8 years. My mom teaches me how to build a nest. This is a very complex task, and right now I'm not good at all. I'm great for kids. I hope you are also around the same age, 8, 9. My mom teaches me how to find fruits that can be eaten and to play with other orangutans. I want you to use this space given here and write what humans teach their young ones, what our parents taught us when we were kids. This is your first exercise to complete. Now, before we learn how Mowgli grows up, this is a beautiful short story adapted from Rudyard Kipling's story Mowgli. And when we were kids, when we were young, हम बचपन से देखते आ रहे हैं how Mowgli grew up, and we still remember that song which used to play in and around every neighborhood on every Sunday. जंगल जंगल बात चली है पता चला है. And that was a very novice and beautiful song. I hope you have heard it also. Let's find out how Mowgli grew up.
Mowgli grows up. Mowgli grew up with the cubs, though they, of course, were grown wolves almost before he was a child. Father Wolf taught him the meaning of things in the jungle. When Mowgli was not learning, he sat out in the sun and slept and ate and went to sleep again. When he felt dirty or hot, he swam in the forest pools. Bagheera taught him to climb up the tree for honey. Bagheera would lie out on a branch and call him.
Come along, little brother.
Mowgli would cling and fling himself through the branches. He took his place at the council rock too, when the pack met. If he stared hard at any wolf, the wolf would be forced to drop his eyes. He picked the long thorns out of the pads of his friends, the wolves. At night, he would go down the hillside and look curiously at the villagers in their huts. He had a mistrust of men because Bagheera showed him a square box with a drop gate so cunningly hidden in the jungle that he nearly walked into it and told him that it was a trap. He loved to sleep all through the drowsy day and at night see how Bagheera hunted. Mother Wolf told him once or twice that Shere Khan was not a creature to be trusted, but Mowgli forgot it because he was only a boy. Shere Khan became great friends with the younger wolves of the pack. Bagheera warned Mowgli about it.
I have the pack, and I have you and Balu. Why should I be afraid?
One warm day, Mowgli, Bagheera, and Shere Khan were sitting in the forest. Bagheera told Mowgli, "Come, Mowgli lay with his head on Bagheera's beautiful black skin in the deep jungle. A new idea came to Bagheera, and he said to Mowgli,
Little brother, how often have I told you that Sher Khan is your enemy?
As many times as there are nuts on that palm. What of it? I am sleepy, Bagheera, and Sher Khan is all long tail and loud talk.
But this is no time for sleeping. Balu knows it. I know it. The pack knows it. And even the foolish deer know. Tabaki has told you too.
Ho, ho! Tabaki came to me not long ago with some rude talk, but I caught him by tail and swung him twice against a palm tree to teach him better manners.
That was foolish. Though Tabaki is a mischief maker, he would have said something that concerned you. Sher Khan dare not kill you in the jungle.
Akela is very old and soon he will be leader no more. The wolves that looked after you are old too, and the young wolves believe, as Sher Khan has taught them, that a man cub has no place with the pack. In a little time, you will be a man.
I was born in the jungle. I have obeyed the law of the jungle, and there is no wolf of ours from whose paws I have not pulled a thorn. Surely they are my brothers.
Now let us go ahead and read the story ourselves and find out how he grew up in the jungle and who were there to guide him. Of course, his friends Bagheera the panther and Balu the bear. He grew up with the cubs, though they, of course, were grown wolves almost before he was a child. You can see he learned with the cubs, the young ones of the wolves. But you see, the wolves grow up faster than us. So even when he was a child of 8 9 years, those cubs were already grown up into big wolves. And Father Wolf taught him the meaning of things in the jungle, till every rustle, till every noise made by leaves when they rub against each other in the grass, every breath of the warm night air, every note of the owls above his head, every scratch of a bat's claws as it roosted for a while in a tree. So these are different things that happen every day in the jungle. A particular sound of owls made by owls is called as note. So whenever owls made their notes, he Father Wolf taught him the meaning of that. Every scratch of a bat's claws as it roosted, rested, or slept in the jungle for a while in a tree, and every splash of every little fish jumping in a pool meant just as much to him as the work of his office means to a businessman. You see, these are different signals that different animals give to each other in the jungle. Different types of splashes of little fish, different types of roosted, different types of rustle, different types of notes by owls. These are different signals given by different animals in the jungle, and Father Wolf made sure that he taught all those things to Mowgli, just as he taught the same thing to his cubs, the young ones. And of course, when Mowgli was not learning, he sat out in the sun and slept and ate and went to sleep again. He was not. And when he felt dirty or hot, he swam in the forest pools, and when he wanted honey, he climbed up for that. And who do you think taught him climbing up the tree? Of course, it was his friend Bagheera who showed him how to climb a tree. Bagheera would lie out on a branch and call, "Come along, little brother." And at first, Mowgli would cling like the sloth, but afterward he would fling himself through the branches almost as boldly as the grey ape. So, first he used to just cling to the branches, and later on he started flinging, just like apes do, just like monkeys do on the branches of the trees. This is a very important thing to notice. He also took his place at the council rock. You can see the other cubs are sitting in front of the leader, and the leader, his father wolf, is preaching the young ones. And at the same place, Mowgli has taken up his place. This is the place of Council Rock where the pack met. What do you understand by the term pack? Pack is the group of wolves, collective noun used for wolves, just like we say a bunch of keys, bunch of flowers, an army of ants. It's pack of wolves. And there he discovered that if he stared hard at any wolf, the wolf would be forced to drop his eyes, and so he used to stare for fun. This is a beautiful gift that Mowgli was given. This is the thing what humans are given. We have the tendency to use our eyes for different purposes. At other times, he would pick the long thorns out of the pads. Now, you see, this is a humanitarian quality. When he saw his brother wolves or any other member of the pack in pain due to thorns, with his fingers, with the gift that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us of the hands, he used to pick out the thorns of the pads of the soft flesh on the bottom of an animal's feet. So he would pick out the thorns of those animals. For wolves suffer terribly from thorns and burrs in their coat. He would go down the hillside into the cultivated lands by night and look very curiously at the villagers in their huts. But he had a mistrust of men because Bagheera showed him a square box with a drop gate so cunningly hidden in the jungle that he nearly walked into it and told him that it was a trap. You see, Bagheera was a panther and Mowgli is a human being. So, being a human being, Mowgli had that tendency, had that curiosity in him. Curiosity keeps us thinking, curiosity helps us take important decisions in life. And that curiosity every night took Mowgli to the villagers. He went down into the hillside and he saw villagers. But do you think he ever went there to talk to the villagers, talk to the other human beings? No, he did not go because he had some mistrust in him. Why mistrust? Because for Bagheera, for other animals in the jungle, they never trusted human beings because they thought human beings come to the jungle to cause damage to them, to hunt them down, to kill them, to eat them. This was their meaning, their understanding. And one more reason was this. What do you see? This is a square box, like a cage, cunningly hidden, cunningly, very cleverly, and not with good intentions, hidden in the jungle. And Mowgli and Bagheera would discuss that this is some kind of a trap for other animals to catch them, to hunt them, to kill them, to use their skin, to use their thorns, horns. He loved better than anything else to go with Bagheera into the dark, warm heart of the forest, to sleep all through the drowsy day and at night see how Bagheera hunted. So at night, in the morning, they used to sleep, and at night, Mowgli would watch how Bagheera hunts. Mother Wolf told him once or twice that Shere Khan was not a creature to be trusted. But though a young wolf would have remembered that advice, Mowgli forgot it because he was only a boy, though he would have called himself a wolf if he had been able to speak in any human language. So, this tells us that Mowgli forgot the basic instructions, the basic advice given to him by his mother wolf, that Shere Khan must never be trusted. Now, Shere Khan had this tendency of crossing his path, coming face to face with Akela. Akela was the father wolf. He grew older and weaker. The lame tiger, this feebler means weaker. The lame tiger had come to be great friends with the younger wolves of the pack. Why do you think Shere Khan made friends with younger wolves? It makes me thinking that he wanted to take advantage of the situation and kill Mowgli, because Shere Khan never liked Mowgli. Shere Khan knew, Shere Khan was of the opinion that humans kill jungle inhabitants, other animals in the jungle, and Shere Khan wanted to protect his kingship. Shere Khan was the king of the jungle and he wanted to protect that kingship, and he never wanted a child, a human being, to lead these animals to some other levels. Bagheera, who had eyes and ears everywhere, knew something of this, and once or twice he warned Mowgli about it. Mowgli would laugh off. I have the pack and I have you and Balu. Though he is so lazy, might strike a blow or two for my sake. Why should I be afraid? So Bagheera would use to warn Mowgli again and again. He would remind him to be careful of Shere Khan. But Mowgli was Mowgli. He never gave heed to it, he never took it seriously. And once or twice or many times it happened that it was a very warm day and a new idea came to Bagheera. I have reasons to believe it was never a new idea. It might have happened many times. Bagheera would remind and Mowgli would forget. Perhaps Ikki the porcupine had told him. Do you know porcupine? Those animals with the pointed skin on their back. But he said to Mowgli when they were deep in the jungle, as the both and the boy lay with his head on Bagheera's beautiful black skin, just like this. Little brother, how often have I told you that Shere Khan is your enemy? Now you see that Mowgli made fun of him and answered, as many times as there are nuts on that palm. Not this palm, that palm. So this palm and palm reminds me of homonyms, one word which means different things. Palm of the hand and palm of a tree. Who naturally could. Mowgli told Bagheera that there are so many nuts on that palm, and he knew that Bagheera would never be able to count those nuts. What of it? I'm sleepy, Bagheera, and Shere Khan is all long tail and loud talk. This is a very classic example of idioms where long tail and loud talk means anybody who just makes noise, boasts of himself, feels proud of himself, and doesn't do anything. So Mowgli was underestimating Shere Khan. He thought Shere Khan is not that powerful as Shere Khan would actually be. But this is no time for sleeping. Balu knows it, I know it, the pack know it, and even the foolish deer know Tabaqi has told you too. So, this is Bagheera speaking out of frustration. Why don't you understand, Mowgli, that this is very dangerous for you? Ho ho, said Mowgli. Tabaqi came to me. Tabaqi, who's Tabaqi? This. Tabaqi came to me not so long ago with some rude talk, but I caught Tabaqi by the tail and swung him twice against a palm tree to teach him better manners. Oh, that was foolishness. For though Tabaqi is a mischief maker, he would have said something that concerned you closely. Open those eyes, little brother. Sher Khan dare not kill you in the jungle. But remember, Akela is very old, and soon he will be the leader. He will be leader no more. Many of the wolves that looked you over are old too. Many of the wolves that looked you over are old too. And the young wolves believe, as Sher Khan has taught them, that a man cub has no place with the pack. In a little time, you will be a man. So now you understood the policy of Sher Khan making friends with little cubs and then teaching them that this young boy will be a man someday and he will kill us like other men do. Mowgli said, I was born in the jungle. I have obeyed the law of the jungle, and there is no wolf of ours from whose paws I have not pulled a thorn. Surely they are my brothers. So this was the understanding of Mowgli. And we all know what happened next, and we all know how Sher Khan fought Mowgli, how Mowgli fought Sher Khan, and then eventually Mowgli won against him. So this is a very small adaptation from Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book. I want you to read more about it. We have watched it for several times, but I want you to read it. I want you to read this lesson once, twice, thrice. I want you to read about the other part of the Jungle Book, because reading will help us grow as a leader. Now, I hope you have understood this, and let us check your understanding with some true or false questions. Bagheera taught Mowgli the meaning of things in the jungle. Was it Bagheera? Was it Akela? Was it Mother Wolf? Check the context, check the text, and answer true or false here. Second question. More than anything else, Mowgli liked swimming in the warm water. Was it swimming that Mowgli liked? Was it sleeping that he liked? Was it watching Bagheera hunt at night? So, considering that understanding, mark this true or false. Mother Wolf warned Mowgli that Sher Khan could not be trusted. Was it Mother Wolf, Father Wolf, or Bagheera? Think over it. Tabaqi was quite naughty. Really? Find it out. Fifth question. Mowgli helped his brothers by picking out the long thorns from their feet. So, is it true? Did he really help them, or he never helped them? Find it out. And these questions from part B, you have to write in your notebook. What are the things that Father Wolf taught Mowgli? So you have to write the different things which Father Wolf taught Mowgli about the jungle, of course. What did Mowgli enjoy doing the most? You see, you remember? How did the new idea come to Bagheera? What was that new idea? Did small porcupine tell anything to Bagheera? Was it anything concerning Sher Khan? Think over it and write the answer. And who was Tabaqi?